Human reaction time to visual stimulus, 250 milliseconds. That's a quarter of a second from seeing a punch to blocking it. But what if you couldn't see? What if three attackers came at you from different directions in complete silence? Science says you'd be helpless. Bruce Lee proved science wrong. Oakland, 1969. Blindfolded. 3 black belts, 15 seconds. 0 punches landed. And a lesson about human potential that neuroscientists still study today. But let's rewind. Oakland, California. June 1969. Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. The Jun Fan Gung Fu Institute sits on the second floor of a brick building on Broadway Street in Chinatown. Wooden stairs creak underfoot. The smell of five-spice powder from the restaurant below mixes with the medicinal scent of herbs from the shop next door. Inside, the training space is functional. Hardwood floor worn from thousands of hours of footwork. White walls, 4 large windows letting in golden California sunlight. Wooden dummies against one wall. Heavy bags against another. One wall covered in mirrors. The floor space is open, 30 by 40 feet. Bruce Lee stands near the center, age 28, 5 feet 7 inches, 140 pounds. Peak condition, black training pants, white t-shirt, barefoot, always barefoot when training. 12 students watch him demonstrate Chi Sao, sticky hands, a Wing Chun sensitivity drill where 2 practitioners maintain forearm contact, feeling each other's energy and intention through touch, not sight. Bruce demonstrates with Dan Inosanto. Their forearms connect. Light contact. Bruce closes his eyes. Feel, don't see, he tells the class. Dan shifts weight left. Bruce's arm adjusts instantly. Dan tries to punch. Bruce intercepts before the punch fully forms. Not because he saw it. Because he felt the pressure change, the shift in energy, the intention before the motion. 3 visitors stand near the back. Kenneth Chung, Michael Wong, and David Chen. All Chinese-American, late 20s to early 30s. All legitimate black belts. Kenneth, 6th degree Shorin Ryu Karate. 15 years training. Regional tournament champion. Michael, 5th degree Tang Soo Do, Korean martial arts, 12 years training. David, 6th degree Shotokan Karate, traditional Japanese, 17 years training. They came specifically to see this young instructor who's challenging traditional martial arts, who's mixing Wing Chun with boxing, fencing, wrestling, who's saying classical forms are limited. They've been watching for 30 minutes. To them, this Chi Sao training looks soft, not practical. How would feeling someone's arm help in a real fight? Bruce finishes demonstrating with Dan, turns to the class. Chi Sao teaches you to listen with your body, not your eyes. In a real fight, by the time you see the punch, it's too late. Your eyes send signals to your brain processes, then signals your muscles. That entire chain takes time. But if you feel the attack forming, the shift in balance, the change in pressure, you react before the attack develops. Kenneth raises his hand. Sifu Lee, this sensitivity training requires contact, right? Touching the opponent to feel their intention? Initially, yes, Bruce says. But with advanced training, you develop awareness beyond touch. You read micro-movements, eyes, breath, energy. Michael speaks up. That sounds mystical, not scientific. Bruce smiles slightly. It's very scientific. Your brain processes visual information at 250 milliseconds. Tactile information at 150 milliseconds. Your body can react before your conscious mind registers the threat. David says, but in a real fight, you won't be touching your opponent before they attack. How does this help? Good question, Bruce says. Chi Sao develops neural pathways. Once established, they work without direct contact. Your body learns to read subtle cues. Muscle tension before a punch. Weight shift before a kick. Kenneth exchanges glances with Michael and David. They're not convinced. Kenneth says, Sifu Li, with respect. That sounds theoretical. How do you prove that works? Bruce looks at the three men. He's heard this challenge before. He says, would you like a demonstration? Kenneth straightens. What kind? 3-on-1, Bruce says simply. You three attack me, simultaneously, from different angles. The room goes quiet. Michael says, 3-on-1? That's not fair to you. Bruce smiles. I'll be blindfolded. Silence. David says, I'm sorry, what? I'll wear a blindfold, thick enough that I can't see anything. You position yourselves at different angles. When ready, attack. All three at once or any combination. No warning, no sound. And I'll demonstrate that sensitivity training works without vision. Kenneth looks at Michael. Michael looks at David. This is either incredible confidence or incredible foolishness. Kenneth says, we attack for real? Full speed? Yeah, Bruce says. Don't hold back. And if we hurt you? You won't. The certainty in Bruce's voice is unnerving. Bruce turns to Dan. Danny, get the blindfold from my office. Dan returns with a thick black cotton cloth, completely opaque. Bruce folds it, making it thicker, then ties it around his head, covering his eyes completely. He knots it tight at the back. He stands there, blindfolded, hands relaxed at sides, breathing normal. Bruce says, position yourselves wherever you want, different angles. When ready, attack. I won't move until you commit. The three black belts spread out. Kenneth front left, 8 feet away. Michael right, 6 feet. David circles behind, 7 feet. Bruce is surrounded. Triangle formation. He can't see any of them. He stands perfectly still, breathing, calm. Kenneth catches Michael's eye, nods. They'll attack together. Kenneth commits, steps forward, silent. Straight punch to Bruce's solar plexus. Real speed. Michael attacks simultaneously from Bruce's right. Front kick to ribs. Quick, snapping. David moves from behind, reaching to grab Bruce's shoulders. 3 attackers, 3 techniques, 3 angles. Bruce moves. Seconds 1 through 5. His body shifts left. 6 inches. Kenneth's punch passes through empty space. Bruce's right hand sweeps down. Palm deflection. Contacts Michael's kicking leg mid-extension. Redirects. The kick misses by 3 inches. Kenneth tries a second punch. Bruce's left hand touches Kenneth's wrist. Light contact. Just enough. Bruce feels Kenneth's intention. Michael tries roundhouse kick. Bruce's hand intercepts. Traps. Wraps fingers around Michael's ankle. Michael's balance compromised. David reaches from behind. Bruce drops suddenly into lower stance. David's hands grab air above Bruce's head. Seconds 6 through 10. Bruce sweeps his right leg backward. Doesn't look. Can't see. But his foot finds David's ankle. Hooks. Pulls. David's base collapses. He stumbles backward. Sits down hard on the floor. Kenneth hesitates. Bruce feels the hesitation. Bruce releases Michael's ankle. Steps into Kenneth's space. Taps Kenneth's wrist and elbow. Pressure points. Kenneth's arm hyperextends involuntarily. Bruce's palms strike to Kenneth's shoulder. Pushing. Kenneth stumbles backward. Back hits mirrored wall. Michael throws desperation punch. Wild right cross. Bruce's left hand catches Michael's wrist mid-strike. Pulls. uses Michael's momentum, guides him past. Right leg sweeps Michael's rear leg. Michael falls forward, catches himself with hands. Down. Seconds 11 through 15. David rushes from behind. Bear hug attempt. Bruce hears the rush of air, feels vibration through floor. He bends forward. David's arms close around empty space. His momentum carries him over Bruce's bent back. Bruce stands suddenly, lifts. David flips over Bruce's back. Controlled throw, lands on his back. Bruce kneels beside him, one knee on chest. Hands positioned, one controlling wrist, other hovering near throat. 15 seconds. Kenneth against wall, breathing hard. Michael on hands and knees. David on his back, with Bruce over him. Bruce hasn't taken a single hit, while completely blindfolded. The 12 students are frozen, mouths open. Bruce releases David, stands, unties blindfold, removes it, his eyes slightly red from pressure. Otherwise, completely calm. He offers his hand to David. David takes it. Bruce pulls him up. The 3 black belts stand there, processing. Kenneth says quietly, "Oh." Bruce walks to water bottle, drinks, turns to face them. "You want the technical answer or practical answer?" David says, "Both." Bruce nods. "Technical. I trained Chisao 12 years with Ip Man in Hong Kong. 6 hours daily. My nervous system processes tactile information faster than visual. When you attacked, I felt air displacement from your movements, vibrations in floor from footsteps. Air pressure changes when you got close. My body reacted to those sensations before conscious thought." He pauses. "Practical. You attacked how you were trained. Kenneth, your karate chambers punches. Pull back before extending. That creates a center of gravity shift I felt through the floor. Michael, your kicks telegraph. Hip rotates before leg extends. David, when you rushed, you breathed in heavily. That sound, plus air rush, told me exactly where you were." The 3 men are quiet. Bruce continues. "You fought with vision. When I removed mine, I wasn't handicapped. I was freed. I responded to sensation, touch, sound, vibration, air pressure, all faster than eyesight." Michael asks, "Can this be taught?" "Yes," Bruce says. "That's why I teach Chisao, but it requires thousands of hours. Most martial artists want strikes, kicks, throws, the flashy stuff. Sensitivity training is boring. 2 people with arms touching, feeling subtle pressure shifts. Doesn't look impressive." He gestures to what just happened. "But this is the result." Kenneth says slowly, "I've trained 15 years. I thought I understood fighting. But what you just did, you understand kata, forms, technique, power," Bruce says gently. "But fighting is about information you can process. Against multiple opponents, in chaos, vision isn't enough. Too slow, too limited. You can only look one direction at a time. I was attacked from 3 directions. If I relied on vision, I'd have been overwhelmed." David asks, "Will you teach us?" Bruce considers. "Are you willing to unlearn what you know, to start as beginners? To spend months on drills that seem pointless?" Kenneth says, "Yes." Michael nods. "Yes." David says, "Whatever it takes." Bruce smiles. "Stay for the rest of class. We're doing Chisao for the next hour. Partnered work. Repetitive. Frustrating. You won't be good immediately, but if you're patient, eventually your body will learn what your mind can't teach." 6 months later. Kenneth, Michael, and David are regular students, 3 times weekly, hours of Chisao. Their sensitivity develops. They start feeling attacks before seeing them. Later, all three opened their own schools, blend traditional backgrounds with Bruce's innovations, honor tradition while evolving beyond it. After Bruce's death in 1973, they attend his funeral. They carry a banner. "The best teacher shows you what you cannot see." Kenneth gives a memorial speech, tells the blindfold story, tells how Bruce proved human potential extends beyond what science believed possible. He ends with this: "Bruce taught me vision is a crutch. We rely on eyes because we haven't trained other senses. Blind people navigate through sound, touch, awareness. Bruce wasn't superhuman. He just trained senses we ignore." That day in 1969, I attacked a blindfolded man and couldn't touch him. I learned more in 15 seconds than 15 years of traditional training. I learned what we think is impossible is just untrained. 50 years later, neuroscience has caught up. Studies show elite athletes process tactile information faster than visual. Studies on blind fighters show they develop spatial awareness through sound and air pressure. Studies confirm the nervous system responds to touch in 150 milliseconds. Visual processing takes 250 milliseconds or more. Science proved what Bruce knew in 1969. Vision is our slowest sense. If you train faster senses, touch, sound, proprioception, you can perform feats that look impossible to people who only trust their eyes. The blindfold demonstration wasn't magic, wasn't mysticism, wasn't luck. It was 12 years of sensitivity training manifesting as superhuman awareness. It was proof that limits we accept are often just limits of our training. So here's the question: what senses are you ignoring? What capacities are you leaving untrained? What potential is dormant because you only trust what you can see? Because 250 milliseconds is an eternity in a fight, and vision is the slowest sense. But if you train deeper, if you develop awareness beyond sight, you might discover you're capable of things that currently seem impossible. That's not mysticism. That's neuroscience. That's what Bruce Lee proved in 15 seconds with 3 black belts and a blindfold. The limits you accept aren't real. They're just untrained.